Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I had an amazing night tonight. I went to open mic night at Laughs Comedy Club, Tucson, Arizona. And man, I imagined this. I built this up to be such a big thing in my head. I imagined it so many ways. Like I tried to come up with the worst case scenario, and I thought to myself, like, what if your jokes are so horrible that they enrage the crowd to the point that they get whipped up into an angry mob and they come after you with pitchforks and torches and murder you? That was my worst case scenario. So based off of that, tonight was a raging success. Now, given that this is hindsight, and I now don't need a worst case scenario that is absurd in order to keep me from worrying about things going wrong. Dude, I got a lot of laughs. Like, I got a lot of laughs. My jokes about the police went over really well. Turns out, regular people in Tucson don't like cops that much. I don't think it's that they don't like cops so much as they don't like that fucking line of bullshit that every cop will try to feed you, like, oh, I've got to give you this ticket, or like, that whole like, this is for your own good, it's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you thing the cops do. And it's like, no. Like, it's like, I'd be okay. I'd be okay with like, yeah, like I'm the cop, and you have to do what I say. If they were to say that, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, you're not wrong about that. Compared to them trying to make it like it's for my own good. Nobody's buying it. And I had a couple of jokes in that vein, and people really responded to it. Like, I didn't think people were willing to admit. Doesn't matter. People responded to my cop jokes a lot better than I thought they would. Man, like, I thought, because the first couple of times I went out there, the worst comedians were at the beginning, and the funnier stuff happened later at night. Now, granted, I was drinking over the course of the night, so the later that the night went on, the drunker I was. There was a correlation between the later in the night and the funnier the comedian and the drunker I was. But all of you scientists know that correlation is not evidence for causation. So I thought this whole time that they were intentionally scheduling the less skilled or the less experienced comedians at the beginning of the night to build to a finale. It's not the case. It seems that it's completely random. Either that or they knew how fucking good I was going to be. Because I was like number 32. So I was way drunker than I intended to be. Like, I just wanted to take the edge off. But you also don't want to sober up while awake and then have to go on stage. So I was trying to maintain. Like, you gotta keep, I was trying to make, anyways. It's a good thing that I memorized every word, every pause, every move. It was a very, like, that shit was in my brainstem before I went up there, because I don't remember my set, and it's not a sobriety thing that I don't remember it, because I remember anything that went off of script. But I was so terrified when I went up there that, like, it was just like, I don't know, I did what I had planned to do. And like I said, it got laughs. Like, people told me how good it was. and I meant to record it. I did not, so I won't be able to post that. But I have like the rehearsal recorded, so it's not like the 3 minutes is lost. The other cool thing is I've found at least 2 other nights of the week that have a regular comedy night. There's Monday nights at the Winch, and I guess Wednesdays at the something. I don't remember. I wrote it down. It's like it's like the premiere room or some. So that's not it, but it's something to that effect. So, anyways, point is, like, this was an incredibly emotional night. I was terrified. I didn't want to go. Like, all of my emotional shit was coming up, trying to stop me from going. A couple of good friends encouraged me, and I went out and I had a good time, and I fucking killed on stage. First time on stage doing comedy, I fucking killed. I killed. And also, I made a friend. I met this other comic who was out there who grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is like small world, right? Like I'm in Tucson, Arizona, by way of Florida, by way of New York, by way of Washington and Alaska, and all the other places I've been. And I end up in the same room with another aspiring stand-up comedian who's from the same county that I grew up in, like Gary, Indiana. So, and that dude is funny. Like, he didn't do great tonight, but he has been the best comedian the last 2 times that I've been there. And we really hit it off. He's good. Like, gave him my phone number. He gave me his phone number so we can keep in touch. So he's a good dude. He did some really funny, dark stuff about blind cats that I'm not gonna get into. Yeah, I mean, you really did have to be there. But dudes, like, things are going well. I just like, I don't know if you've ever really dreaded something and you had that emotional build up that, like, let's just go, like that voice in your head that's just like, let's just go home. We don't have to do this. Voice. And you've gone through with it and it's turned out well, and just that release, whether it goes well or not, like that release at the end of the thing that you were dreading doing. That's where I'm at, and it's a huge energy, and I didn't want to let it go to waste. So I figured I'd get it on film before I went to bed. So yeah, thanks. Love you guys. This has been Rabbit Trails.